Okay, year 10, we're going to make a start drawing up our birdhouse that we made in lesson on Onshape itself. So the first thing we need to do is go to the blue create button over there. We're going to create a new document. We are going to call it birdhouse. Click OK. It'll then take us to our drawing screen. Like I said in the live lesson, we have 3 different what we call work planes that we can sketch and draw our shapes on. Of course, we're going to be designing and drawing in 3D. We need to do that. So the first thing we're going to do, we always need to start off our drawing with a sketch of whatever shape we want. So we're going to start off with a sketch. It's asking us, this blue, it's telling us to select a plane. This time on the first one, we're going to actually select the front plane. So I just hover over it with my mouse, left click. You'll see it's put a new box around it, and again you'll hopefully see that we've got drawing icons at the top now rather than features. And we're going to start off with a center rectangle. Yours might be defaulted to corner rectangle. If you need to get the center rectangle, click on the little arrow to the right of it and select center point rectangle. Once we've done that, we're going to hover over the little origin, that's basically the center of our page. Goes orange, right click again, and then we're going to drag out a rectangle. We're going to try and draw the back piece of our birdhouse. So it doesn't matter at the moment what size that is because we're going to dimension it. So first dimension, I'm going to click on the dimension tool at the top, hover over the longest length, you'll see it goes orange, left click, drag that dimension out and change that to 350 millimeters. Once we've done that, we then need to zoom out. If we can do that using our middle mouse button. So zoom out a little bit, we're then going to hover over the end. Again, it'll go orange, left click, drag up the dimension line, and we're going to change that dimension to 140 millimeters and click enter. So we've got our basic sketch drawn up. Once I'm happy with that, I just click the green tick box. I'm then going to do this next bit. So once I've got my sketch, I then have to extrude it using one of these feature icons. Again, if you do hover over any of these for a couple of seconds, it does actually sort of tell you what you need to do and what order you need to do it. But I'm going to run through that now. So click on extrude. It's telling me again in this blue box to select a face or sketch. So basically I'm going to go over and then hover over the bit I want to extrude. That means pull it out that front plane. When I click on it, you'll see it automatically defaults at 25mm depth. Well, the wood that we used was 20mm, so we just need to change that to 20mm there, and then click on the green tick box. And that's our first sort of back panel drawn up. Once we've got to that stage, we're actually going to put our little hole in the middle. So again, we always sketch it because we're going to do a circle. Select that front plane, so that front surface, you can see it's orange. And then again we're on to our drawing icons. This time we're going to use center point circle. So if yours isn't on center point circle, just select it. And then what we're going to do, we're going to hover over this front top edge. And you'll see as I get to the middle, a little orange box appears. Again, I'm not clicking anything. If I drag down, again, it's basically sort of telling me, it wants to draw that line and keep it on the center. So follow it down, doesn't matter where you go into, and then we're just going to draw a circle. We're going to dimension this in a minute. Doesn't matter how big it is to start with because we're going to dimension that one. So we then hover over the edge, left click. We're going to change that diameter to 5mm. That was the hole that we put in. We then need to do a dimension from the center of the hole to the very top edge here. And again, that distance we want to make 40mm. So that's in the right location, it's exactly in the middle, it's 40mm down, 5mm hole. We're happy with that, we click the green tick box. And once we've done that, we then extrude it. This time, we're going to, because we want to put a hole through, we want to remove material. So we select remove. We then select the circle. You've got to be careful with this bit, so I'm going to zoom in. You can see if I go somewhere near it, the outside is still selected. We want to be right on the inside of that circle, so only the circle selected. Again, you'll see it's previewing it and removing 25mm. We don't need that much, so we're just going to change that back to 20. Click on the tick box, and we're then ready with our first piece.